Bayfaction is a three-piece indie slash pop slash emo slash group from Boston, Massachusetts. The group is made up of lead singer slash guitarist James McDermott, bassist Chris Roman, and drummer Alex Agrezzi. And in the short 5-year span of the band, this group took the world by storm. They were big as they were small, and there's actually a good chance that at some point in time, whether you know it or not, you heard one of their songs. Today I want to talk about that, and the legacy that they left behind. But first, let's backtrack a couple of years. While the band technically first formed in 2013, releasing a small EP titled Jasper, their debut didn't really release until 2015. Bayfaction's self-titled EP released on September 29th, 2015. This release would go on to make waves on the infamous r/emo subreddit, quickly gathering them a following outside of the Boston DIY scene. Interestingly as well, this release was also the record that led Jake Sulzer to the creation of Counterintuitive Records, being CIR-001. Lasting just a little bit less than 25 minutes, the project was insecure, emo-tinted, raw, and unpolished, and was wonderful because of it. The group toured and moved around for a little bit, with Alex Agrezzi joining to replace their previous drummer and cementing their final lineup. They ended up releasing 4 singles, 19, Pendulum, Are You in the Mood, and Become Part of the Community, over the course of the next couple of months and years. Each single focused on a different sort of sound. 19 featured only James's voice and guitar, pulling jazz-like chords and tempos while crooning into the night. Pendulum was a similarly head-bobby track, but with a more poppy, upbeat feel and sound. Are You in the Mood focused on a slower, more sensual and seductive sound, and using almost orgasmic lyrics, asking questions that aren't super difficult to figure out. Become Part of the Community, in contrast, seemed to feature more electronic production, lasting only a minute. Slightly eerie, yet euphoric in its own right, it showcased the group's ability to branch out and experiment with new ideas. That's not to say that they hadn't before, though. I feel like one of the main draws of the group, from the moment of their inception, was that you never really knew what you were getting. While everything sort of remained in one extremely loose category, which was pretty much just under the label of Bayfaction, each song was extremely different and varied in sound, content, and mood, and was perfect because of it. Then came Flo da Guilt. With 9 tracks at 22.5 minutes, and only one of them actually breaking 3 minutes, Flo da Guilt gave for a different experience than their self-titled. Just before the record came out, the group took down their self-titled from all streaming platforms. The exact reason is a little bit muddled across the internet, but the main 2 things that I've heard was either copyright/ownership issues with the group's previous drummer, or just the group wanting to move on with their newer sound and a cleaner slate. And I gotta say, they definitely did have a different feel. Flo da Guilt opens with Fox Snow Globe, a slow, distorted track with calming guitar and weird, eerie risers and synths in the background. Then it just stops, and we're left with It's Perfect, a super poppy, upbeat track with an infectious chorus. 1K and Donor follow the poppy feel, before the title track, Flo da Guilt, gives us a smoother, more laid-back sound. Ominous chords in the chorus tint it, but overall gives the listener a sense of calmness. Sopping is one of my personal favorites, with what I think to be the most catchy chorus on the whole record. A groovy bass line, super gay lyrics, and pitched vocals, I just love it so much. You're My Bug feels like something you might hear in a laid-back club just from the drums alone, while Cameras in the Home brings a little bit more energy with constant rises and drops. The record then ends with One Thrill, a very boppy dance track with synths popping in left and right. Most of the songs on Flo da Guilt, as well as in Bayfac's general discography, aren't usually super long, more often than not staying just under 3 minutes. They're quick, concise, and to the point, and that's how I think they shine the most. They've never really been one to have super long intros. They get in, say what they want to say, and get out, and that works great for them. After Flo da Guilt, they toured for a little while longer before releasing the single Swan Dive on February 27th, 2020. The track follows their more poppy sound, teeming with energy and auto-tune, and impossible not to dance to. Then they broke up. Yep. On July 13th, 2020, they put up a post saying that after some deliberation, they had decided not to continue with the project, and thanked everyone who had ever interacted with the group in any fashion. They also mentioned that they had an announcement the following Wednesday, which ended up being a repressing of their self-titled project through Counterintuitive. As of writing this, it is not sold out, but I truly can promise nothing in terms of whenever you may be seeing this. The group also has their quote-unquote full discography available on their Bandcamp, which they put up, I believe, on June 5th, with any and all profits being given to the Massachusetts Bail Fund and NAACP. So that's Bayfac. Much like their music, they got in, said what they wanted to say, did what they wanted to do, and got out. They influenced a decent amount of internet culture, grew along with us to find a smoother, poppier side in the DIY scene, and sort of indirectly allowed a lot of other DIY bands to grow and gain their own following. Had it not been for Bayfaction, there's a good chance that we never would have had Counterintuitive, and so many other great DIY bands and records may have never seen the light of day. Bayfaction left their own legacy in many different ways, despite only being around for a couple years. But these couple years were all they needed, and are a group that many hold very close to their heart. Yeah, that was Bayfaction. Man, that shit makes me sad. Their music is very good. Especially their self-titled EP. All their shit's really good. All of it. Fucking Pendulum, Are You in the Mood, Cameras in the Home, Flo da Guilt, some of the other songs on, like I said, the self-titled. All that shit's tight as hell. If you get the chance, you should definitely go back and listen to it. Like I said, they have their full discography up on their Bandcamp. It's not available for streaming, but you can buy it. It's $10, I think. Yeah, it's $10. You can also pay more if you'd like, and as I mentioned, all profits go to charity. So that's pretty cool. Good band. Listen to them if you haven't already. If you have, I'm as sad as you are. It sucks. I was gonna see them on tour with Honey, and then for obvious reasons I couldn't. Which, additionally, I was gonna buy the Flo da Guilt vinyl on that tour, and then they didn't have it, and then it sold out on their website. So now I'm sad. Yeah, if you should. If you don't already, you should check my community page on my YouTube channel every so often. I post updates there every couple weeks. My band's put out an EP. If you haven't heard about that already, Graver's Lane. It's been out for a month now, so that's pretty cool. We just put out a music video for Kurt Cocaine, the opener track. So check that out. It's on the community, or I think on the channel section of my YouTube page. Gonna be doing a couple of videos in the near future. Probably gonna do one on Speak Love. You Speak Love, probably Japanese breakfast, and maybe I don't really know past that. I have a list of stuff that I want to do. So that'll happen at some point. As always, thank you for watching. Check out that band. Check out my band. All that fun stuff. I will see you guys in the next time. That's all for now. Bye-bye.